Hello and welcome to Dwell According to Knowledge, the talk show. I am your host and your coach, Trey. And here is your relationship tip for today. Now, we have gone through enough relationships to know, and we should have learned through a lot of our past relationships, like, just let me give you the title. How to know you're in a toxic relationship, and a lot of us continue to get into, toxic relationships, and a lot of reasons is because they don't know that they're in them. Some of us are drawn to them. Some of us, they're afraid of being alone, so they stay in them. Because you could be getting abused in so many different ways. And, you're so afraid of being by yourself that you'll put up with almost anything, okay? Now, I have about 35 of these here, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to break them down into smaller segments because I don't want the video to go for so long, okay? So, I'm going to give you this, and they're going to be a part 2, part 3, or something like that, okay? All right, so let's get to the first one, right? The one way to know that you're in a toxic relationship is when the person is all take and no give. You understand? Any relationship in which you experience withdrawals of energy without deposits will leave you in the negative. It's like your bank account. If you don't put nothing in it, eventually you keep taking out of it, you'll have nothing else to take out. And that's exactly the way that a toxic relationship is in. If he or she is not depositing, okay, let me talk to the women, okay? If he is not depositing in anything in you, you understand? Then there'll be nothing left for you to give once he continues. You understand? All right, cool. Number 2, feeling drained. When you feeling drained because instead of feeling happy and productive, you're always feeling mentally, emotionally, and even physically drained. It's time for you to reevaluate that, because as the first one, it's all take and no give. Eventually, it will drain you, okay? So recognize that when you're feeling tired, when you're feeling messed up, when you're feeling, like there's nothing being added to you in this relationship. Okay. Number 3, lack of trust. Good grief. Do we really have to talk a lot about that? If there's any lack of trust, there's no reason. My second marriage, she flat out said it, and God, I wish. But it was, I don't trust you anymore. And I'm trying to figure out, well, why not? Because I gave no indications that I was doing anything. But your background sometimes will come to the foreground, so you got to watch it, okay? Number 4, if anything, fringe on hostility. That's toxic. That is very, very toxic. Constant anger is a sure sign of an unhealthy relationship. You should never be around hostility because it will make you feel unsafe, okay? Get out of that thing real, real fast, because hostility leads to physical abuse, okay? All right, number 5. Everything is occupied with imbalance. There's one where you're doing everything and he's doing nothing. You get me? A one-sided relationship can never run smoothly. Everything has to be like this. Maybe teetering a little bit, but not like this, okay? All right. Number 6, constant judgment. Never be around somebody that's always judging you. You understand? No. That is just flat out no, okay? In judgmental relationship, criticism is intended not to be helpful, but to belittle. Don't let nobody belittle you, period. Okay? Toxic. All right, number 7, persistent unreliability. Mutual reliability is important to building trust and is at the core of any good relationship. Unreliability means you don't do what you say. Reliability means that you do. You understand? All right, number 8, a narcissist. It's nonstop narcissism. when you find out what a narcissism is, and I'm going to give you some signs of a narcissism in another video, but if their interest in the relationship is really just a reflection of themselves, it's impossible to achieve any other kind of balance. Okay? Enough said. No need to say no more. Negative energy, and it's just loaded with it. Okay? We don't want to get into anything that's going to give off any negative energy, because that gets right back up to number 1 and number 2, feeling drained, all take and all no give. Okay? So we want to stay away from that, because it's almost, and it is impossible for anything positive to come out of a relationship filled with negativity. Okay? Great. Now, this one, lack of communication. Without communication, there is no relationship. Period. Okay? And that's the most toxic form of all. Okay? I will get to part 2 in another video. I hope you got something from that. Hey, I'm Trey. I'm the author of Dwell According to Knowledge, How to Find and Date Your Mate. It is on Amazon. Go get it. Other thing I want you to do, there are 3 buttons. The like button, subscribe button, and the share button. Hit all 3 of them, and I'll see you in the next video. God bless.